is this?
You buy it.
Okay.
So this is, and you take a tablespoon a day. That's all you need.
A table?
Tablespoons
Okay.
a day.
So where did they get the silica?
They probably,
Sand?
I don't know where they get it.
Right.
But this is not the silica that is in your shoes when you buy them.
Right.
Which
But
is
it's
totally
the
dangerous.
Silica is
Water
the
absorbing.
stuff they used to make glass, and
Yes.
it's a part of sand. and-
Yeah.
This is spelled different than that.
Okay. So
Because in silica doesn't have the E usually.
Yeah, silicate. Yeah, I don't know why they say silicate. But there's a lemon flavored one. I think that one's the lemon flavored.
Sure.
I like better. But that they have there's a bunch of companies that make them, and that helps with any type of internal scarring. That helps. Like I have people, if they got knee surgery, like that will help that.
or like replacement. Yeah.
Yeah.
People really don't do well.
They don't do well. They get all that scar tissue, and you just have to take a tablespoon maybe twice a day or once a day.
Okay.
And would you also wait 2 weeks after surgery to do that?
Oh.
I would for the internal. I put on like when I had my emergency C-section. I started right away topical, and then I took internal 2 weeks later. So your body actually uses the blood actually uses silica to get rid of scars. Your body. So people that are low in silica tend to scar more.
And where did you get this?
Online.
Is
Yeah.
there any stores
Amazon.
that carry it?
They used to carry it at they used to carry one company's stuff at the Wedge and at
Seward.
the Seward and at Dow Foods, and everyone stopped carrying the brand so I have to buy that one.
Okay.
And they have the really expensive topical silica that's in like a small little bottle that you use topically for scar tissue. It is like $35 an ounce.
Oh, wow.
But you don't need to buy that for topical. I mean,
This one doesn't work as well. I don't know if this one works as well topically. I usually use that other one for topical.
but this is oral.
This is oral.
The topical is not for oral.
Some of them say you can, but it tastes awful.
Oh, which would be?
This one tastes good.
And the 30,
Hence
you
the
said the
flavor.
$30 one is the one for topical?
Yeah,
May I ask how much you paid for that?
I think that was like $15.
Okay.
And then this is, I mean, I just always have it on hand in case something,
Something.
in case someone needs it. I don't know.
What about keloid scarring?
That's harder, right? That's like the hardest scar tissue to do, and I have not tried it on keloid.
Can
I
you
mean, it's
explain
worth a
that?
try.
Explain what keloid.
So isn't it like when someone, I know a lady that she got like an injury on her chest, and for some reason her body overgrew scar tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just
It's really funky.
Yeah, and some people get that from acne. They'll get like the keloid scarring, and their skin is like really, really bumpy, like around the face and stuff. And yeah, so if someone has a lot of acne and then they overproduce, like it's really hard. It's really hard to heal keloid scarring. So I don't know. I haven't
Some
tried
people
it.
are natural keloid makers.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not. It's worth a try, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So it's still. Anyway, we're learning a lot today. And horsetail, the plant horsetail, is the highest one in silica. But they say in horsetail, they say that you can't absorb that silica through the tea, like it's not possible. But I actually think that it helps you absorb this silica. So I think it's like the horsetail, and horsetail tea will grow your nails and your hair. So I kind of feel like it helps you absorb silica. I don't know. Like they say that you can't actually get the silica from the tea, but it ends up like and then I also do like horsetail for making my hair. You can use like a spray and it makes your hair like shiny and it gets rid of split ends. And when I do it, and it just like it can really like help kind of strengthen your hair.
Is this a product you buy?
No, you can. It's a plant.
It is a plant that grows around up here.
I'll get one.
Oh, you got some.
Like silica is they say we don't necessarily absorb silica. I don't
But
know.
with the other silica, it seems to.
Oh yeah, it makes it better.
Opens up.
makes it do it better. So horsetail is Equisetum, and it's one of the oldest plants on our planet. And it used to be as tall as trees at the time of the dinosaurs.
What made it this small?
The atmosphere has changed. It has less CO2. They were thick. Yeah, they have a big horsetail. Like in the time of the dinosaurs, they found like things of just the horsetail was huge. So it's one of like the more ancient plants.
You said you cut these up. Like it looks like you didn't cut those up. Do you cut
I
up?
didn't cut up I didn't need to those ones, but yeah, I cut this up. Yeah,
Do you cut it up?
And you'll see this sold as shave grass. Shave grass, they'll call it shave. Yeah, like shaving.
Oh.
You'll see it sold in the market as shave grass. It's called, but it's horsetail. It's Equisetum, and I usually mix it with other like mineral-rich stuff in teas. This one you definitely have to strain through a strainer because if it's like shaved up or really cut up small, it'll irritate your stomach for sure. So, but yeah, it's also for people. It's kind of interesting. Horsetail is considered a horse medicine, and it's like it actually has some emotional qualities to it of people that like bite their hair up nails, or like they play with their hair and bite their hair, or like they're eating all that stuff, or they're itching their skin all the time, and like they're peeling their skin off, or any type of like weird kind of thing. It actually helps calm that down. And I don't know why that is either. That's just one of the weird emotional things. So, and
Could it be high in iron?
that I don't know.
Because there's kind of signs of Petra.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is kind of like, yeah. I don't know why that helps with this. Yeah,
I twirl my hair, but I don't beat it.
Yeah.
So what is that?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem to.
No. Yeah, twirling doesn't harm your hair. Like biting your hair. Or people that like, I know people that like pull out all their eyebrows and like they don't necessarily eat it, but like that's like a, that's like not
I knew someone who used to pull his hair on his head and then eat the follicle.
that would be the horsetail one. That would be the horsetail.
Wow.
I wonder if, like, because the grass itself, it's like a very pull apart.
Yeah, it
plant,
is.
too. Like I remember growing up,
Yeah,
it would grow
you just
on the
pull-
beaches in northern
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Lincoln
And
logs.
so there's kind of that like,
Legos.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's
I
like
would
a
always
Lincoln
pull
logs
apart.
like
It's so
camping.
fun.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's an association there, the picking and like.
Huh.
And when my kids were teething when they're bigger, this was kind of small, I would just have them like run it on their gums. And it was like their little toy. And it was when it's bigger, I don't put this, they might choke on this, but like on like gums, like, and this is actually a good like tooth cleaner too for that kind of stuff. But they used to scrub it on their gums because it felt really good. So yeah, people would be like, kids are in the kids are like my kids. I'd be like going on a walk with my kids in the stroller, and they would be like chewing on like horsetail for teething. So it's kind of it's a really interesting plant. It's kind of a fun one. So this one is for lemon balm is for the heat tissue state. It is actually cooling. The limonene in it will cool the body. That's another use of it, though, would be for heat exhaustion, and it can prevent and protect against heat exhaustion because of how cooling it is, but it's not diaphoretic, so it's an interesting cooling remedy. The horsetail is for dry atrophy because it's the mineral-rich herb. It has minerals in it, and builds up the body, so it can it helps build strong nails, strong hair, good strong skin that doesn't scar as much, and things like that. So that is that one. What else do we want to talk about? Here's it's our lab of talking about whatever.
I want to see what the plants look like and where they are.
We're gonna do the front. We're gonna do the I don't know. This one's self-seeded. Oh wow! I didn't plant it there. It's like I don't know if squirrels planted it, or I know this is such a mess. This is time of year. No judgment. It's a mess. Well, and okay, so this is what's funny. I have never planted a morning glory in my yard ever. I would never. Well, and the funny thing is when I started out herbal medicine, I went to this like plant spirit lecture, and we had to do like figure out our spirit plants and all this stuff, and everyone went through this like meditation, and mine was morning glory, and I was so mad about it. I wanted it to be like some like powerful plant, or something cool. And so ever since I hated morning glory, wherever I go, and it shows up in every single one of my indoor pots. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I'm sorry.
Like, choose me, pick me.
And so I don't know what's going on with morning glory, but I actually pulled up morning glory out of this garden so many times this year. I gave up. So this is bone set. And bone set's really happy this year. So this is like wetland. And yes, and it's really happy this year, and it's called perforatum. Perforatum because the stem kind of perforates through the leaf. It's like the leaf is wrapped around. So that's why the Latin is perforatum, because it looks like the stem goes right. Looks like the stem goes right through the leaf. And this is the time to harvest it. You can kind of harvest it after it flowers, before it goes to seed. You can harvest all parts of the up-ground parts of it, not the root. And it grows in wetlands all around the lake.
The purple part also?
No. Just this plant. This is all mess. But. And I don't plant amaranth. Anyway, I'm not going to go over it. So, and this is used...
So the flowers and the leaves.
Flowers and the leaves, the whole top part. And because it's a perennial, you're not going to kill anything. And I can't believe I'm showing off this garden. I'm just like... I can't believe I'm showing it off. And the properties of this one, it does set bones. It helps broken bones. This is like the fastest thing you can use for broken bones. It is extremely bitter. We did taste some in the garden, but if you wanted to taste some, you could. It's extremely...
Is it worse than blueberry? And why do those grow next to each other?
They both like the same environment.
Is it? They don't like...
They're like best friends.
You're like best friends. Yeah. This is extremely bitter.
Wow.
Yeah, it's worse than blueberry.
Oh, would they be good for your teeth?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What does the plant do for broken bones?
It is for crushed bones, broken bones, breaks, all of them. And now I even helped someone who they had a broken wrist like a year ago and it still hurts. And they used bone set topically on the wrist and got rid of the pain from a year ago from a healing room. And the click. She had this like weird like click.
Let me put that on my knee then.
Yeah. It's so, and I have helped more people with bone set, and I mixed bone set mullein and Solomon seal in a formula for broken bones, and then put in like anti-inflammatories like St. John's wort. And I've helped more people avoid surgeries and pins and all sorts of like. I have one person avoid 3 surgeries for a broken kneecap. And it happens quickly too.
So how do you do this one then?
So you can put it topically.
Okay.
I put it tincture topically.
How does it work topically?
It works topically.
Here, wait.
That's weird.
How do you make it topical? What do you do with
Tincture?
the tincture? Oh, so you put the glycerin.
Or I use the
Okay.
tincture alcohol. And I just have people put drops of alcohol on topical.
And then you can, but you can drink it internally too. Yeah. It's really bitter. So you probably want to just do topical.
Or a tincture internally under. Yeah. So, but you can do that too. It might speed up. But I've had people only put it on topical.
Interesting, because I think a lot of books talk about it. You don't say use it as a tea. Well, so I thought it was better that way.
Oh.
So
it works. I've seen it work all the ways.
yeah,
I think it just works all the ways.
just
I think
Could you make like a tea and just soak it, like like cloth in and then just lay it on
You
top.
could do that. You could do that. The tea. Some people say that they crave the tea when they have broken bones. Like, and then I did have one client that didn't want any tincture and wanted teas, and so I made a tea with mullein and bone set for them, and they had because it's so bitter. But they had chronic constipation for 27 years, and it got rid of their constipation.
Yeah, I bet. Great side effect.
And then they were like, "Can I just keep drinking?"
Does it like repair the bone or something?
Yeah, it makes the bones. I don't know. They don't know how it works. And there are books that say it doesn't heal bones. That is bananas. I've like I have people's like.
What would it do for like osteopenia and osteoporosis?
Perfect. So it is used in formulas. The oldest formula in the United States for osteopenia, osteoporosis is nettles. Oat straw. That's okay. Yeah, I'll
Nettles. What else?
Nettles, oat straw,
Oat straw.
and I put a bit of bone set in there, and then another. Actually, the oldest formula would just be bone set and motherwort.
Okay.
That's the oldest formula because motherwort increases absorption of calcium in the intestine.
Oh, so it's oral.
Yeah.
And that's tinctures you're talking
That's tincture or the tea. The tea because you get the minerals out of it, but only a little bit of bone set
Okay.
and a little bit of motherwort because they're like the two most bitter tasting things. Yeah. Another thing that's out is my poor rose.
You said bone set and motherwort for osteoporosis and osteopenia.
Yeah. So this is my rose. The other thing that's out right now is rose hips. So there's rose hips on all this high in vitamin C. Yeah. But I use it in tea. You just dry them. I cut them.
What part do you cut them? So like a little. Just like a.
So I cut them, and I cut them and I take the seeds out. I cut them and take the seeds out, and then dry them.
Oh, the seed's what you're looking for.
Well, the seed I'm not looking for.
Oh, you're taking them away.
I'm taking them away. The seed is actually the seed is what they make rose hip oil out of. So it's very oily, and so it's hard to dry, and it will rot. It'll rot.
It'll turn rancid.
It'll turn rancid.
Okay.
So
the outer part
Makes sense. Okay, the skin, the ball.
yeah. So this is when you see rose hip seed oil, which is really expensive. This is what they make it out of. They actually expeller press these seeds within that, and it's expensive because they're small and it takes a while. So I will take out the seeds, and then I wonder what they taste like. Oh, they're too hard. You can I don't know how they press those. It's like a rock. Wow, it's not like a normal seed. That is a rock. Whoa! I never put one in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it. I broke it.
It kind of
broke it?
tastes. You know what it tastes is like a pomegranate seed.
It does taste like
It does,
pomegranate.
Yeah, the pomegranate seed is kind of hard.
Here's a bigger one.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone wants it. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's like a
How do I get any oil out of this?
I know, right?
Whoa!
It doesn't seem that oily in my mouth.
No.
So weirdly, so my garden doesn't own it. This is just a fall. But this rose that I have that's being morning glory. This rose that I have is the original. I ordered it. Look at how well I take care of it. It's the original apothecary rose from the Roman Empire. And so it has. So I ordered it from Europe and had it delivered, and it's like Rosa gallica. It's like one of the oldest rose species, and it was the original apothecary rose in Roman medicine and all that kind of stuff. But it's supposed to be 8 feet tall. It's supposed to be 8 feet tall. So anyway, it's 10 years old, so it's been living here, but
Does that behave more like a shrub? Is that like a shrub rose or more like a?
it has a really pretty pink flower that smells amazing. So that was like they were using that for medicine. They were also using it for perfume. perfume things and all that stuff, and it has an amazing smell. It's not a tea rose, but the smell is really nice. I don't know. I just like to throw things in, and then they all
Take the seed home instead of.
Oh, you can take a. I don't know how to grow roses by seed.
Neither, but they make seeds, so they must.
They
must work somehow.
they must do something. Well, Hannah's self-seed.
Yeah,
She got special seeds there.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I've never planted a cannabis.
What are those?
Are these tomatoes? Yes, those are my tomatoes are falling over. So here's another self-seeded canna. This is another canna that just like decided to seed itself in my yard. And my son, I give up on my garden because my son plays soccer back here, and I think like a lot of stuff falls over. Another kind of interesting plant over here. No, it's not elderberry.
Is it a mulberry?
No,
It's not poisonous. You're not poisonous.
not poisonous. It's not poisonous. So
It's got an interesting flavor.
this has an interesting. This right here.
There's a picture of it.
And you will see this. This is a native.
I think I have one of those.
Anyone wants to try
I do
some
too,
berries?
but there's one that's poisonous. Oh, that's why you don't want to eat it.
Oh, I promise. This one is spikenard.
So what is this one?
Spikenard.
Spike?
Yep.
Spike?
Spikenard, and it is a member.
It's not sweet.
It's not sweet, no.
I had a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if they're really ripe.
Well,
So SPIKE MARD.
mm-hmm. It's not the biblical one that they anointed Christ in and all that stuff. Yeah, spikenard. So
He needs to be.
yeah, it's Aurelia racemosa, so it's in the American, the ginseng family.
Okay.
So it has adaptogenic properties to it, and it actually helps with the creation of red blood cells. So people who maybe have like long lines of disease, that have the red blood cell levels lower because of like chronic illness and things like that, this will help those in blood lines. Or not chronic lines. Yeah.
How about sickle cell?
That I don't know.
Yeah, that's
That I don't know.
or others.
Yeah, this can help with other anemia if it's a low red blood cell count. Yeah. And the berries aren't what's used. The root is actually used. I just like the berries. So I make a cordial with the berries. It's when you put there's alcohol and sugar and lemon.
Oh, okay.
And then you just have a little sip of it, like a little shot of it, which is very European way of like they don't do a lot of tinctures in European herbal medicine, but they do a lot of poison. They do a lot of poison. Or Negronis or whatever. You could put this in like a Negroni recipe and like in case like have medicine from it. So they didn't Europe didn't do tinctures, but they have like these drinks. They have these alcoholic beverages that are like you take little bits or little spritz in. And they would put, like the bitters, like the bitter herbs that like a Negroni is, like those in vermouth, like you make a great vermouth. You could put like some berries in vermouth. And so like they got their herbs in alcohol form through those types of things and not necessarily like tinctures. They didn't call them tinctures, I guess. This is a shade plant. The root is what's commonly used. And I mean, I like to use the berry, and it didn't really like this year. But it liked it this year with these guys. Oh my god, look how big! Like I was like, this is like how did it get that big? Like, that's one flower. That's like bigger than my head, and it's like all falling over and whatever. But that's neither here nor there.
I like that one.
You like this one?
Yeah.
This one, yes, this one is. And I will not let you eat the berries because they're poisonous. Yeah, these ones are poisonous. This is Solomon seal. Here, let me get a Solomon.
Oh, so the plants are.
So what do you use on Solomon's deal if the berries are poisonous?
I have all Solomon seal.
So this isn't Solomon seal?
No.
So what was she pointing at?
Oh, I don't know. I don't see the berries. Please look a little bit.
Maybe Brianna can touch my yard. It was this crazy out here. No, it didn't look. But we had students harvesting here also. So Solomon seal. Let me see which one I want to harvest. My son has gotten rid of all of them. So Solomon seal is in the asparagus family, Asparaceae, and there's a bunch of different varieties. Well, sort of. There's two varieties. There's biflorum and multiflorum. I hope I didn't kill them. And kind of a cool plant. I'm gonna look out front. I'm gonna look out front to my.
Oh, I see.
So you can check it out. I'm just gonna check that door. What does it smell like? It is very mineral.
Picture too. I was confused as to what you were saying. That the picture I had this.
That is, that's the one from, is Polygonatum, and this is a multiflorum, and the multiflorum has a 80% germination, and the biflorum has a 2% on the berries. So I get more of this just because these berries, and it's really, I get the biflorum is, I just propagate those roots because the seeds never come. So the multiflorum berries, you will get babies like crazy.
So a biflorum indicates two flowers? I mean, why is it called biflorum?
Yep, it's two flowers. So
there's a biflorum Solomon seal?
Yep.
Oh, there is.
There's Polygonatum biflorum, and this is the Polygonatum multiflorum. And the biflorum is the tall one.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets really big.
I met one once. And we just had a love affair.
I know. It's like, they're the ones that get really big, and their roots are fatter. So this root is, it's a fat root, but the biflorum is like 3 times the size.
Yeah.
So that's how you can tell those. And so the shoots, because it's in the asparagus family, the shoots in the spring are edible, but that plant will not reproduce that year.
Oh.
It won't put up another shoot. So I tend to not. I'd rather eat asparagus. And so when you harvest Solomon seal for medicine, which I generally tincture it in vodka, but since, as you see, this is next year's shoot. Okay, it already is there. When I dig them up to harvest, I take next year's shoot with the stem and replant it, and then this will actually grow a plant. So I try not to kill all of my plants. Now, on a wet year like this, that could rot it now. So you want to do it not now. But I already dug it up. So, but this is. Oh yeah, this is.
You don't see that seal here.
I know the seal. We don't.
This isn't as knobby. This one, is it? Well, there it is, but it's not quite as.
Well, this will have the seal. So it's called Solomon seal because when this dies this year, there'll be like a little circle seal on the root. And then you can, if you dug up the whole root, you could tell like how many years old your root was.
Oh, wow.
Because you could see like all of the different years grow. And it tends to, like in the yard, so I harvested it this way, it tends to go north with the new growth.
That's interesting.
Well, I don't know why.
Maybe if you're lost and you're looking for a Solomon seal, which way is north?
But they tend to go north, which I feel like it should go towards the sun. But maybe it was hot here,
Or maybe it's the reverse, like
it does like the shade. So I don't know. They tend to.
Or maybe it goes north because the south is the shade, and the leaves need to point. In the direction.
The roots are cooler, and then
right.
I don't know why, but my experience. So if you're trying not to kill the new growth, go south on the root.
Yeah, there you go.
And get the older part of the root of it, and they will self-seed themselves, these multiflorum ones. Like water. And then you can just
Are you gonna macerate that and then tincture it?
yeah. So and so then I just replant.
Then when it is a root.
Sometimes they get mad at me, but
My big one got mad.
I have a Solomon Seal nursery, and I've actually planted. So I've been planting in the Theodore West Park, and so I just bring a bunch of little Solomon Seal plants, all the babies. And
I knew that smelled like theater word plants.
So with that, I just chop it up, and I put it in. And with roots, you just fill up half the jar for your tinctures. You don't have to fill up the whole jar, so you don't need it. With a
Solomon.
root. So like you cut it up and you put like you fill up half your jar and then you pour the rest of the alcohol in there. And I do it fresh with Solomon Seal. And Solomon Seal is one of the #1 plants for lubrication of your joints, for the healing. I mix it in all of my back pain remedies. I mix it, it's good for carpal tunnel, it's good for sore knees, it's good for ankles, it's everything. It's good for bunions and the pain of bunions.
Can you use that in a glycerin, or is that only
You can.
the roots?
Yeah, you can chop them up, and you can use that glycerine topical. So chop them up and then do that sealed simmer.
The same.
This is oral with the vodka, or can it be?
Oral, the topical. I use it a lot topically. I make it into that like vodka liniment. And
Did you say vodka liniment?
it's like a liniment is an alcohol topical use.
Okay.
And so
it's the same tincture. You use
it's a tincture. It's a tincture, but if you call it a liniment, you could probably sell it because the FDA doesn't care if you use things topical. So if you call it a tincture, so if I wanted to sell something at the co-op, I could probably get away with a tincture of this if I don't call it a tincture. And I call it a liniment.
Interesting.
Quite a rule.
And then
Right,
people,
because it's less.
You can't sell tinctures?
You can, but because they go internal, I'm assuming
no,
that's
there's
what
more
they're-
regulation.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Now-
As opposed to topical, you know.
Topical. Oh, there is that seal right there. Seal. But yeah, this is one of the most fabulous, like bone growing everything.
If you plant
So
that,
all
would
the
that
shade-
grow?
No,
That is dead. for
it's
now.
dead. It's dead. This is done. The growing part will be there. Yeah. So there is, and this is just another shade plant. Bless you. Another one that is self-seeding all over my garden is this one, and my tall one I had to get rid of, but this is called poke root. This is poke root, and it just goes everywhere. It'll get about 7 feet tall. It's kind of rather invasive in a garden setting, and poke root is they say it's poisonous. It is a low dose botanical. You take it, actually gets your whole lymphatic system moving, and it pushes stuff out of your lymphatics and cleans it out. It is my favorite remedy. It works so well for mastitis. It's crazy. It is a breast remedy.
What's mastitis?
It is when there's an infection during breastfeeding, and ducts get clogged, and it's really painful. I only had mastitis once during my breastfeeding, and I got rid of it putting this on topically. I got rid of it that day.
I just stand in the shower and drain everything.
Yeah, it is. That day. Now I had one person who had so much pus with the mastitis, and a doula had called me, and they had already had a surgery to drain out the pus from behind it. And so what I did is I gave them sage tea, which stops breast milk production for 24 hours.
Sage? The plant sage?
Yes. It stops it. Which is funny, it's my favorite throat remedy, and while I was breastfeeding, I was like, I need my honey sage. I took it, and I didn't have breast milk for 24 hours, and I was like, oh, right. What was I thinking? I was a little tired that night when I was thinking about what I wanted for my sore throat. But so I stopped the breast milk production for 24 hours, and then I had her putting on the poke root topically. And this was because they were going to have to drain the pus and stuff out again after the first time. And when the doula helped her through it, I showed them how to do everything, and it totally helped. And it helps with mastitis of cows.
Okay. In case we have a
So,
comment back here.
So farmers have used this topically for cows.
And it's the root?
They said it's low-dose. So topically, like on the breast material, that's fine. But a low dose.
But what about the
internally-
baby? What about for the baby?
It works out. It works out.
Okay.
It works. I think it works out. I didn't feel. So internally, we take 2 drops a week.
Oh, wow, a week.
And because it's so powerful at moving your lymphatic system, like it will just like push things out. Like it's when things are really stuck, or like you have like an old, and it also helps. Just like if you know what, like how people, if you get sick and then like you fought over it, but now you're exhausted, and like you're just really tired. You take 1 drop of this tincture to poke you out of that. Yeah, it is.
Is this the one that helps with the fallopian tubes when there's blocked?
That one I don't know. Okay, see you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I don't know. Let me think of that. So that's kind of an interesting plant. It's just like,
But it doesn't normally. I mean, it's not native to here. I think of that as a plant of the South,
It's
right?
the
So you planted that at some point, and it keeps growing.
no, I didn't. I don't know who planted.
Okay, yeah. Well, you're an herbalist,
I don't
so it
know.
came, yeah.
Like everything in my garden, I'm like, I don't know. And there are things I've planted. Yeah. There's I'm trying to think. Then we have the goldenrod. I can just do plant names because we're running out of time. Goldenrod, great for the bees. Of course, I didn't plant this.
And there's the elder.
Yeah, here's my elder. Yeah. And I don't harvest out of this one. This one doesn't like me very much, so I just let. What is it?
Elder.
The bush is an elderberry. So this is the berries that are almost done here.
What color are the berries?
Purple here. And I just love it. It looks like the lung tissue or like the cardiovascular system after the berries come off. Figure out, get out of the sun so you're not staring at the sun. And so I love, and so the flowers are used. They're a wonderful diaphoretic. And they'll cool you off, and and those are harvested around July 1st. And the flowers look like stars. Like they just look like stars all over the place.
Are they white?
Yep.
Okay. Because I have some elderberry in my backyard, but I don't know if it's the kind you can use.
Right.
Is it the purple one?
I don't know. But the
Well,
flowers
you know
are white.
Yeah, there's some that are iffy. Yeah.
The red berries are the ones but they bloom a lot, or they bloom and
May.
produce a lot earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
This one does?
No,
the
this
other-
is
the one
this
you
flowers
can't use.
July 4th.
Oh, okay.
It says you think stars and stripes and think, oh, elderberries. And the berries, I don't like the taste of, but
I thought you had to boil them.
you do. I mean, I had
jelly.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I had
We
one.
don't need to call anybody.
Yeah, we don't call anyone. But yeah, and they don't taste good. So, but they, people make a lot of elderberry syrup to block the flu virus. It doesn't work for every single flu. I can guarantee you it does not. But there's some flu viruses that it works really, like some strains of flu that it works amazing. And actually, boneset and elderberry together is actually more powerful against the flu than just elderberry syrup. So if you're in boneset's amazing for the aches and pains and just like getting it out. And boneset actually is an immune system herb, which is fascinating. Like it'll actually boost up your ability to produce. I believe it increases B cell production, which is why it's antiviral.
With boneset, I forgot if I asked this. Can you put that in a glycerin?
That I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
I bought dried boneset before I even looked at what to do with it. That and St. John's wort. I don't want to figure out what to do with that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what time it is, but this is like our first.
45.
Oh, okay. Girl, the other question. I could do a couple. So this is motherwort coming back. Motherwort, very bitter.
Motherwort?
Motherwort.
Okay, where's motherwort?
That's motherwort.
Oh, those things, I thought those were weeds.
Yeah, I thought they were weeds too.
The morning. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like,
Trying to take a picture, Mom.
I know, I'm trying to pull it around.
Okay.
who knows what the next class will do?
I thought that was, hopefully that's what that is.
Yeah.
And this is
around
called
with-
motherwort?
She said.
Yeah, that's motherwort. Very bitter. Motherwort, Leonaris cardiaca. Wow. Oh, and pokeroot is Phytolacca decandra. Motherwort is Leonaris cardiaca, and it is a transplant from Europe. And it is a relaxant medicine, but it's also really good for heart palpitations. And trachycardia is one of the other specific indications for it. But it also increases absorption of calcium in the intestines, which it might be a part of the heart stuff. I don't know. Right? I don't know.
So what do you use
And
on
a
it?
lot of people say it's good for mommy issues.
It's good for mommy issues. Yes, yeah. Mommies have issues and kids have mommy issues. Like all of it. Or just like feeling abandoned or just like having trouble communicating with your mother. Yeah, emotional stuff. What would you think, say? What did you
Yeah,
think?
for that too. I mean, I this is more not from my experience as much as from what I've just heard so many people say. I gave it to somebody who was going to, I hadn't seen his mother in 20 years. He was really nervous about it, and he drank it, and the relationship just was able to flow better.
Oh, cool.
You know, or they were able to communicate better, and I've heard that in many different versions of that story.
Yeah, communication is key. Yeah. And I put it in my, it's very cooling, it's extremely bitter. I put it in my hot flash, perimenopausal hot flash formula with lemon balm and blue vervain, and it works like a charm. So, yeah. And for nighttime sweating, it's good for, yeah. And motherwort likes to mix with other things. It's really bitter. It's really bitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, look, there's another canna that's growing in my yard. Why are like I didn't plant that canna back there in the corner. It's like
It wants to be there.
canna. I don't know why. Canna's a banana.
Like when you plant these things, do you kind of just throw them wherever, or do you?
So I didn't plant any of this.
Oh no, that's it. Just
yeah.
like your garden over here, because I really like how it looks.
Oh,
I don't know if you just. Yeah, I like that.
this I did professional landscaping for corporate, so I actually know how to make it look good.
And then it happens.
And then my yard. And then the
Overgrown.
morning glory.
Oh, with all the spraying we had.
Aren't they like they're not a perennial, are they?
No,
So that's why I'm like surprised it keeps reseeding.
it just receives itself every single, and I never planted them. They just really like me. And I do this a lot.
That's morning glory you're pulling out?
Yeah.
Yes, and this is my spirit plant.
All right.
Oh, morning glories? Well, they
I
make
think
up.
that's a Bach flower remedy.
It is. It's a Bach flower remedy for people that have a hard time waking up in the morning. And the morning is the worst time of the day.
Huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the flower essence. Oh yeah. So legitimate. So this is like. So the morning glory flower essence is used. And then actually, a funny thing too is the seeds. The seeds, and they're mildly hallucinogenic.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never done it. I've had people come over and harvest my seeds, and I'm like, tell me how it goes. I don't need any hallucinogens. Thank you very much. Like, so, yeah.
What kind of plants are these plants? I like these.
Those are just a white aster.
Oh, okay.
They're a white panicled asters. I keep them for the bees, like the last fruits, like the red last straw. And this one is the wild clematis. Vines like me, I guess.
I've been hearing this.
I know.
Yeah,
they
I always
go crazy. They're too much. And I yanked them off all these trees like in the spring, and they came back anyway. So
We just like climbing.
they just like climbing. But wild clematis is a remedy for
I think it's just
testicular pain.
a foxflower remedy too.
Is it really? Oh, clematis is. I don't know if it's this wild one. This one's
And
named
what
here.
how do you use the wild one?
That I have never.
Testicular pain?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Orchitis.
Is it for chronic epidemitis?
Yes, it can be used for that as well. And I think it's the root.
I have a friend who has that right now.
Oh, really?
Balls get big, he says. And,
Yep, and it gets rid of the pain and everything.
wow.
And I think I don't know if it's the root or I would have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up on the second floor. Well. All right,
Wow.
labs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really